Hello, people. What's going on? I am speaking to the Empress of Funk, the diva, she's just everything. She is the percussion queen. She is just about everything. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it is Miss Bernadette Cooper. You may know her from the group Climax, the Men All Pause, Meeting in the Ladies' Room, and as of recent, Jealous Bitch, You Could Never Be Me. If you haven't heard the new song, definitely check that out. So I'll be talking to her, and I'm excited because, like, Bernadette Cooper she is like supreme legend. She's what legends call a legend, and she just came into the room. Miss Bernadette Cooper. I'm gonna send you an invite, diva.
I should have got real drunk for this.
Hello, Mama.
Hey there, how are
I'm
you?
doing well. You
Great.
you you look fabulous,
Thank you.
but you know that already, though, right?
Well, yeah. No, I'm just going with this. Okay.
No. I love your style. You're definitely a diva, and I called you the Empress of Funk a minute ago.
Thank you.
Um, absolutely. How are you?
What's that background? You don't have it on this? Oh,
My
that's right.
background?
No, I was talking to Myra here. Okay, forget it, Myra. Um, I am doing great. I've been doing interviews all day, but I'm looking forward to you because, we've gone through a lot, and you stuck in there with me for the last year or so.
Yes, absolutely. I had to. You're Miss Bernadette Cooper. You're the legend.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate it.
So I know I feel privileged because you sent me that single before you actually released it, and I had an opportunity to listen to it.
Yes, I wanted to give it to you because I have sent you through so many changes regarding interviews. I wanted to give you something so you could feel special.
And I did feel special. And
Good.
damn, like really, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
Tell
like
me,
it?
did I like it? I loved it.
To me,
Listen,
it's history. To me, it's like the funk divas have collided, and to me, I think it's a fabulous branding.
so where did it come from? Where did the song come from? Tell me its birth.
You know, okay. Uh, Maxi and Sherry and we share the same road manager.
Okay.
His name is
Wait a minute,
Seth.
just so people would know, Maxie and Sherry are the original Mary Jane girls.
The original
Um,
Mary Jane
mhm.
girls, and we share the same road manager, and his name is Seth Neblett. And Seth and we were, having cocktails out at one of our favorite spots. And he said, I told him, I said, I'm getting ready to work on some new music. He goes, oh, his mother is Malia Franklin, who's
Mhm.
one of you know who Malia Franklin is, one of the
Mhm.
one of the people who was involved in the Parliament Funkadelic
Mhm.
concept. So he was telling me about his mother and giving me the history on his mother, which was wonderful. He goes, I'll let you hear a song that she did, blah, blah, blah. So I listened to it. I listened to like 30 seconds of it. I said, I love this. I said, it's so daring. I said, I want the opportunity to work with it and see if I can develop it.
Uh huh.
So the original writers are Ron Cat, Spearman, who was with Parliament Funkadelic, and Maxie
Mhm.
from the original Mary Jane Girls. So I went home and got Cornelius Mims on the bass, and we kind of worked around it, and I got it to a certain point, and I worked around with the vocals and blah blah blah, and then I went to him and let him hear it. I said, "This is what I came up with. I really love this. I want to do it. I want the Mary Jane Girls, Maxie and Sherry, to be involved in it," and he made it happen.
Oh, I love it, love it, love it,
Yeah.
love it. And
So it has a lot of funk on it.
so what I got from it is I got old school funk, but I also got futuristic as well.
Yes,
So
you did.
you found a way to go back, and then you went forward with it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Um, have you performed it live yet?
Not yet, but
Oh,
we will. We're gonna tour together.
okay, great,
Yeah,
great, great, great.
yeah. That would be very epic, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
I think so.
I've seen some of your clips with you, like doing the cruise lines and stuff. Sharing
Yes.
your talents with the people. Listen, you're killing it. You are
Thank
killing
you.
it.
Hey, do you know that clip from the cruise line went 1.4 million on TikTok?
Listen, because there's no. First of all, it's not too many artists these days that can perform live. One,
Wow.
two,
Yeah, I love live.
two. You're Bernadette Cooper. We're happy to see you out there.
Thank you.
Me personally, I love any artist that has been in the game double-digit years and is still out here performing because it's not easy.
I've been in this game for more years than I 40 plus, and I'm proud of that, and I think because of the fact that I just don't buy into anything that is. I kind of have my own lane. People kind of love and are interested in the things that I put out, but I'm happy to be alive and doing what I do. Have no regrets, and I'm just really enjoying moving forward with my life.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back in time.
Okay.
How did you start playing the drums?
Oh, wow. Well, it started off when I was a little girl,
Mhm.
and everybody said, when you grow up, you're going to be so cute. No, it started off when I was a little girl, and my stepfather, my mother remarried to my
Mhm.
stepfather, who was a preacher, and he had a drum set. And he set the drums up in the middle of the living room. And every day I came home from school, I started practicing. Every day, practicing, which I feel was my calling to bring me into my passion,
Mhm.
which was music. It's like, okay, we're going to do the drums, and then we're going to evolve to this, and then we're going to evolve to that. So he and I, I started performing at his church, and then he was one of those pastors who also played on the corner for
Mhm.
panhandling kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So I started doing that, and then it evolved to another church, and then I started performing in bands.
Mhm.
As the only female drummer, and we would win all the contests because we had a guy who thought he was James Brown. He looked like James Brown, and we used to do the big payback. It was over. So then I moved on to after church. I moved on to Compton High School. I'm a tar baby,
Okay.
right? From
Yeah.
Compton High School. I went to Compton High School for 2 years, 10th and 11th grade, and ended up graduating at Inglewood High School. And all throughout the time, I was playing drums, and also that's when had the conception of Climax.
Mhm. Okay. And you put Climax together, the legend of the story is you put an ad out for these women to come, audition for the group, and you finally get
Yeah.
Climax together.
They-
Was it
we
something
went
that
through a
gelled? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We went through a series of girls. I went
Yeah.
through a series of girls trying to find the ones. I mean, there's a lot of intricate parts, but I went through many different. We had this guitar player, had that guitar player, had this bass player, had this bass player. Didn't work out, didn't work out. And finally, we got to the girls who are now known as Climax.
Mm. And, and so I know you had some music out before the very popular stuff came out. What was it about your career that you didn't get discouraged, like from the first album?
Well, it was all an evolution, I think we were all for one and one for all at that time,
Hmm.
and we kind of lifted each other up during that time. First album didn't do well. We were fortunate to be in that era of where record companies would stick with you and they would groom you until becoming. Because when I first came into the project, I had a Jerry curl. So how they could see vision through that, I don't know. But Dick Griffey was able to see that, right? So he developed us. He developed us until he saw. It wasn't that we were the best performers. It really wasn't, because I don't even think we would be successful if we were the best performers. It
Right.
wasn't based on that. It was based on tune. It was based on what we stood for. It was based on personality, and later the performance, you know. So we, we were fortunate enough to have Dick Griffey stick with us. Those first albums, we didn't, listen, I knew nothing about the music business. I just wanted to play music and be a star, at some point.
Yeah.
But, he stuck with us and it finally happened.
So rest in peace, Mr. Dick Griffey. Can you just shine a
Oh,
quick light on Mr. Dick Griffey and who he was and the role he served in American music?
Mr. Griffey. If it wasn't for Mr. Griffey, I wouldn't be in this business because I do not think there would be a man who would have been able to. I just think it would have been more difficult for someone to come in and immediately see the vision and sign us. He was the president of Solar Records,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and we didn't really struggle as a band. Once I found the nucleus of Climax, it didn't take us very very long. We started putting out demo tapes, and a lady by the name of Margaret Nash, who worked for Solar Records, told Mr. Griffey about us. They came to rehearsal. He saw us. He loved us. I mean, through all of the things that we needed to develop, he loved us and he signed us. And he just kind of held our hands throughout the whole process. And he stuck in there with us until we finally got a hit record. And I have to say that I was fortunate enough for the family to allow me to see him at the hospital the day before he passed away, and I was able to thank him for all that he's done for me. So
That's
I feel very
beautiful.
good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So you finally have a hit record, right? You finally
Yeah.
hit. How do you feel now having a hit record?
When Climax got our first hit record,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Well, the thing about no expectations is a wonderful thing. When you meet someone, you don't expect you to see the magnificent evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, we had so many failed albums that we didn't really have any expectations. We were kind of wondering what we were going to do with the rest of our lives. We were still hanging out. We just didn't know what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Joyce came into the studio one day and she gave me a track which was the menopause. It wasn't at first. It was just a track.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be this girl who used to have this little 4-track recorder, and I knew how to bounce shit down. Excuse me. I knew how to bounce it down, right? So I was on the floor. I remember when she brought it in to me, and she brought it in to me, and then I started messing around with it. And I wrote the lyrics to the menopause and the title to the menopause. And then we let Mr. Griffey hear it. And he was like, I don't want nobody singing nothing about menopause. And then we had to break it down and to explain what the song really meant.
Mm-hmm.
He loved it. We recorded it with Steve Shockley, who played from Lakeside, who played a big part in that. He created the drum pattern, the cowbell. He added the guitar and some synthesizers. He helped build that song up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a point in music where for the fourth quarter, all the studios and everything shut down for Christmas holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So we released that song sometime in October or November. When we came back after holidays, we heard it on the radio,
Wow.
and the record company said, "You guys got a hit. You got a hit record." Just that, as 2 or 3 months, it was over with. The song was a hit record, and it changed our lives.
Yeah. And it was ubiquitous because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was great. Then we started to evolve as a group, and we started to do videos, and we had going to the next phase, and we started to tour and all of those things like that. So it's been a beautiful experience. I have no regrets.
So what does Don't Slap Me, where does Don't Slap Me, I'm Not in the Mood come from? I think I know.
When Jimmy and Terry came into our lives, they taught us to be free. They taught us, and I was silly. I used to talk mess all the time, and they used to tell me that I reminded them of Morris Day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to say slap me. They used to say slap me, all of that. They used to say all of that around the studio, Jimmy and Terry mocking whomever. And I think I picked it up from there. And
Okay.
I just go, don't slap me. I'm not in the mood. Slap me. Because I know I was looking good. It's kind of, yeah. I think that that's where it came. I'm not for sure, but I believe so.
I always thought that. Remember back in the day, they wouldn't dare put this on film now, but remember back in the day, if a woman was in a movie and she was being hysterical, and the man would slap her in the face to
Oh,
get her together.
oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't get it from that.
Okay.
I didn't get it
All
from
right.
that, but it was some probably influences around me. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly, but it just came from a lot of clowning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you always been this sassy?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm trying to think of a time that I wasn't, but I can't remember that far. But no, I've just been me. I don't know what that is. It's kind of an alter ego because the
Okay.
real me I mean, listen, it's elements of me, but there is a person who's very reserved and chilled out. I love to be at home in my bed.
Hmm.
I'm a geek. I'm a nerd, at home or whatever. I love to be at home. Love, love, love. And probably because it's not as fabulous as it used to be. Back in the day, there were things to do and go to the parties or the clubs
Yeah.
or there was Marvin Gaye was there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Now it's kind of like, I could have had a V8, so I stay at home.
So talk.
Because it takes more time to beat your face to go and be disappointed.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me about being on the road and what the male groupies are like. I never hear females really talk about the male groupies.
Oh, I have male and female groupies.
Oh,
Always
okay.
have. Always have for various reasons, for respect factors,
Hmm.
for many reasons. I have dealt with that all my life, and I elegantly deal with it all, but I look at it as just a sign of, respect, love. I don't trip it,
Yeah.
but I've had one time, I was the type of diva, give me security on the road. I
Yeah.
used to fight for. So I had security, and he was wonderful. His name was Nate. He used to come in and check my room all the time. One guy was hiding up under my bed.
Wow.
I've had one girl who just really thought we were friends. It's some scary situations I've been. One guy proposed to me. Okay, now backstage, we need to stop this playing around and get married. I didn't even know him.
Wow.
you know, I've had a lot of experience with it, but it comes with the territory.
Yeah. Who inspires you musically? Like who did you listen to when you were coming up?
Aretha.
I'm
I look back, listen, all the old school divas, and the Stanley Clarks and the Diodatos and the Brazil 77. Oh, I think it's 77. I used to listen to an array of different of music when I was, I had my own apartment when I was 16 years old. So what did I have to do? I wasn't the partying type, so I just listened to music all the time.
hmm
So Aretha, I would have to say, is my first. Aretha taught me how to feel. Like a
hmm
lot of these people can sing, but nobody makes me feel anything.
Right.
Aretha would make you pull over the side of the road and cry for no reason because she would touch your soul. So that guided me into life, into music, and always trying to do music that touched people like Aretha touched me.
Right.
So I could say music, Aretha, Gladys, all the divas, so
Hmm.
the Natalie Coles, the Diana Ross. Diana Ross wanted the best singer, but she had, baby, she gave you something that you mixed all of those things together. She had style.
Hmm.
She was major. So all of the old school divas, that I grew up with inspired me.
Do you listen to any of the new people now?
Uh, yeah, I do. You know what I like? What's that boy's name? I got one. What's his name? Huh? NLE Chopper. I like that little
Oh
boy.
yeah. Yeah.
He,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's a star.
Yeah.
He's a star. You know why he's a star? Because he's free, and he doesn't
Yeah.
care what anybody says.
And he
And
makes
he's
you
and
pay
he,
attention. He makes you
yeah,
pay attention.
he's grasped to the concept of entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people want to be. I mean, they want to hear you sing and all of that, but you know, those tickets are $100 a pop.
Yeah.
They want to be entertained. They want to see you dress up. You know, to me, I've always been like, you know, people come to see you be the best because they're wearing their church clothes, so I need to wear mine. That's
Yeah.
always been my philosophy. I can't go out looking like CV. I just came for CVS when they've put too much effort into coming to see me. So, you know, I like him because, you know, but I'm trying to think of anybody who moves me. I like Solange. I really do.
Yes,
Beyonce's sister.
I like her too.
It's something about her that I would love to, you know, I would love to work with her just because I get her, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Solange. I like, I'm sure there's some other people I like, but I can't
And
think
I
right
think
now.
that would be very dope because I think that she's she moves in an abstract way in her
Yeah.
career. And I think that she would be very receptive to what you have to offer her.
Yes, I would love to. Somebody like her. I'm trying to think of, there are other people. You know, of course, I love Sade.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I like this artist who just who have a vibe. Not the best singers in the world, because every you know, look, we could every church you go to, you can find a singer who can sing, but
Hmm.
somebody who's just giving me something that just makes me want to, you know, look at you again and hear you again.
Yeah. And something has to be said for, developing artists because no one comes ready made. And if you come ready made, you don't have the aspect of being able to give that or how to give that as an art form to the masses. You have to be taught how to do that. But
Exactly.
some people come with, that thing, and it's just
What they
developing
do.
the thing that you already have.
Yes.
How?
But you know, a lot of these people, they're so, you know, I love the days of you had a producer, you had a writer, and then you sing. Like Natalie Cole, for instance. Natalie Cole didn't write.
Yeah,
You know, she had a producer, she had a writer, and now everybody writes, everybody do produces, and there's no abstract opinion.
right.
So I love, and you can't tell these divas anything anymore because oh, I know the music business. I want all my publishing. I want all my stuff. Yeah, but it's not really developing you as an artist because you don't have anyone who's going to take you out of your element and tell you the truth and create you to be even a bigger star. So I'm always looking at what could possibly be. I
Yeah.
see you. And if I'm hard on you, it's because I see what you could be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with a little development, a little bit of artist development.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the key to longevity as you see it?
Oh gosh, you know that's different for everybody. For me, is I don't give up. I don't give up on my vision. If I see something and if I see it clearly, I will not let it go until I achieve it. And I think that you know, there's longevity, and then there's longevity in a way where you make a living at it, and there's a longevity in a way that it just helps you with your passion,
Mhm.
you know. So I think my key is that I don't, if I see it, I'll go forward and I'll complete it to the end. I will not stop. Now, it may or may not be good, or may not hit, or it may not be the best, but what I'll do is, okay, next.
Right.
I never stop. I never stop. So that's where I am now. And I hope people, you know, I work very hard, you know, and I'm very creative all the time, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, even in my sleep, I have a recorder next to my bed, you know, because I do believe that this is what I'm put on this earth to do.
Yeah. Do you journal?
And that's why I just rolled out of bed and didn't do my hair. So there we go.
Didn't do your hair. It looks fabulous.
I love messy hair.
Do you journal?
I write books. I write novels, which
Okay.
I would say yes to that because a lot of my experiences and a lot of my expressions and the things that I feel do come out in my books. So that's how I express the alter ego of me is through
Hmm.
my different books. Yeah. So really good stuff. And at one point, when I stop being so weird, I'll put them out.
I think your book would be awesome. Being as though you
Yeah.
are the colorful person that you are, it would be even a better film. Like When I think like female rock star, you're who I think about.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I love the rock star thing. Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
yeah,
Oh, I love
absolutely.
Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, you know, Lenny and I know each other. He did some work on the Drama According to Bernadette album,
Oh wow,
you
okay.
know. But I love how true he is to himself.
Yeah, and I love how e- even though he's in the stratosphere with the stars, he seems very humble. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a humble person.
Well, yeah, he's very, very humble. Uh, yeah, I dig. I think he's a true artist. I like true artists, you know, not people just kind of doing it to do it. You know, I just read something that he's been celibate for 13 years.
13?
I think it was 13, yes.
Wow.
You listen, don't quote me on the 13 years, but he's been celibate for a very long time. Did you know, for growth periods, so that he could grow as a man,
Mm-hmm.
because he found himself being trapped into the body of his father and repeating the same mistakes as his father. I
Very
find that
interesting.
very
That
interesting. Yes,
kind me of the fact that he's like a sex symbol and he's abstaining. That's
that's
interesting.
that's something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's interesting.
What do you think about that whole thing of the sexuality component along with the music? How did that play out for you? You come off as very bodacious and brash and very rock star, but there's never been any talk about Bernadette Cooper in a very nasty, salacious way. Talk to me about that a little bit. How did that come to be? Like, how is that possible?
Well, because I'm very private. But in the beginning of my career, um, in the beginning of my career, I was feeling my sexuality,
Hmm.
right? You could hear it a lot in my music.
Hmm.
You know, I talk about it all the time. You know, and I think that now I think that I've had my share, so I've calmed down a lot, and I don't really talk about that so much because it's not there that important to me. But when you're in your 20s and you're feeling yourself, you know, it's all over the place. But I don't really, you know, I do. I just don't have any hangups with it all. I just don't. I'm very private. It's not that I'm hiding anything or very. I just don't have any. There's nothing to really talk about
Got
unless you
you.
want to ask me a question. You know what I mean?
Right, got you. So,
Hmm.
so I don't know if you're single or if you're in a relationship, but if you're single, what does a man have to be to date a Bernadette Cooper?
Um, I don't have an answer to that. You know, whoever it just has. I'll just know it when I know it. You know, if that's what I want. If that's where I'm at in my life. I
Okay.
am single right now, and it's kind of like I'm happily single because I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm emotionally available right now because I am so into the next record. And as I said, I've had wonderful relationships, so I never think that I'm missing out on anything, you
Amen.
know? And I don't really think that I'm missing out on anything. And I think that when that time comes, it will be a space and time, you know, that we will magically connect. But I'm not really searching or whatever. I'm really very, very content and happy with myself right now.
I
And I
agree.
really don't want any drama. So what, whatever comes, comes. If it doesn't come, it wasn't meant to be. I'm good.
I love that. So,
Yeah.
can we talk about these jealous bitches? Who are they? What are they like?
Sure, you
How do
have
we stay away
your
from them?
listen. It's a metaphysical way of saying talking about your jealousy. You know, you don't have to approach these divas or these
Mhm.
people who are in your life who cause drama and conflict for no reason. Play the song. You know, I'm going to just look at you and go, bitch, you'll never be me. You know, that's the vibe I'm on right now. I'm not a person who wants to come up and start a fight and cause conflict. I don't do all of that. You know, so I kind of express it through my music with issues that I'm dealing with, or people that I don't know. There's always some envy, which is jealousy on steroids. There's always some envy in your life, and it's getting worse now because people are thirsty.
Yeah.
So so you have to, listen, I don't have an ongoing problem with it, is but it does exist.
Hmm.
And this is my message to you. You know who you are.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
But
oh,
however, it equates to everybody, right?
yeah,
You have some jealous bitches, right?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And see, jealousy is not necessarily negative because I have friends. We get ready to go out. Girl, bitch, you look good. You know, so it's, look at that jealous bitch. You know, so I tried to put it into the song, and of course, Maxi and Cheri, they put their little spin on it. You
Yeah,
know, so it all works out. You know, it's a common feeling that we all know about.
yeah.
You know, am I tripping? No. But I love the song. I think it's bodacious.
Hmm.
I think it's waking you up. It's not some simple stuff. Look,
Yeah.
who is this? It's Bernadette. She's back. So I don't really have any expectations of it, or nor am I looking at 99 cents. I put it out there to let people know that I still exist and that the Mary Jane girls, Maxie and Sherry, we still exist, and it's taken women to bring back funk. That's
Mm.
the whole vibe.
Amen. So talk to me. You hinted to me when we were chatting about a label. Talk to me about that.
Oh, I started my new label, Goddess of the Universe. And what I'm trying to do is connect with old school artists that still have branding potential, such as Maxie and Sherry from the
Mm-hmm.
Mary Jane Girls.
Hmm.
They were a part of an era that was like, oh my God.
Yes.
And I'm trying to connect with divas like that who do have still branding and try to bring the whole vibe alive, like I'm
Hmm.
doing with them. It also brings awareness to touring, so
Hmm.
that we possibly do some touring together, and it escalates them. It escalates me as well to going out on the road and earning the monies that we think we should earn,
Yeah.
because it's difficult out there for women. I don't care how many hits you have, they will always put the dude in front of you, and you have to open up for them. And the moment you complain, you're a bitch.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I'm sure with you having, your personality, I'm sure you've encountered that a lot, being trying to be suppressed and stifled by men. How do you deal?
You know, all of my musical life, I've been in a position of power, right? Where most of these dudes who are trying to suppress me, I hired them.
Hmm.
Some of them I created. I found them.
Hmm.
Some are humble, some aren't. I'm not tripping it. But I don't really go out there, and I'm not forceful in anything, but there are times when I do voice my opinion. And
Hmm.
then it becomes an issue, and I'm not. Listen, if it's an issue for you, it's an issue for you. But I'm not going to suppress the things that I want to say. Am I difficult to get along with? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm very easy, but maybe once you start voicing your opinion as a woman, you become difficult.
Wow.
I don't like confrontation, so I'm never out there. You got to do this. You got to do that. Simple. Listen, I have more hits than him. Why is he? Why am I opening up for him? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That kind of. Yeah.
And it should be that simple. You would think it would be that simple.
You would think it'd be that simple, but there's a lot of machismo out there on the road. It's a lot. It's a lot of things. They don't. It's sort of like in the studios. They don't really value women uh, as much. We've got to be put in the background. And as I said, I've been in a position of power to where I go into the studio. I've always been a producer. I've always hired. I've always dictate what's going to go down. So
Hmm.
I never really saw it as much as right now, to
Well,
where when you go on the road, it's a different animal.
Do you like this the social media component to music now?
I do. I do. I you know, I'm a computer geek. I'm just always I have, three or four computers. I got an iPad, I got a bigger iPad, I got I got my, I have my mixing computer. I have I always have computers in front of me. I love it because and I'm learning more about it right now because at first I was a little bit apprehensive, but now I'm learning. And I'm on TikTok right now. I love TikTok. TikTok is TikTok, has a lot of wonderful things for artists on there.
Hmm.
Instagram, I'm starting to become tired of Instagram because they have this thing that they're doing where you have all these fans, but you got the same five they don't reach out to all your people, your
Yeah,
algorithm,
yeah.
you know?
True. It's like you have to
So,
work extra hard to get so far.
yeah, but I am promoting um, um, Jealous Bitch a lot on social media because as I said, I'm more interested in getting people, the older people who know about me, who know about Sherry and Maxie, and grabbing new people. That's
Hmm.
what I want. So when we go on the road, there's a demand for us.
Yes.
That's my focus. My focus is not 99 cents.
Right.
You know,
What's
I
what's
can't live like that because that make you jump off the roof. I only made $1.22 today. I'm not doing that,
right?
So my focus and my vision is different. It's
Yeah.
bigger. So, hopefully someone would get that and we could do sync. We could get it could be put in a movie and put it out to the masses so many people can listen and other opportunities will come to you.
Yes.
Because sync licenses are right now is my focus.
Hmm. What is
Not
the feedback you've been getting back thus far from it? What have you been hearing?
you know what? All positive. I have gotten not one uh, uh, negative response for the song. Everywhere the radio has picked it up, I have maybe about 15 stations, you know, all positive. I do
Hmm.
have a radio edit, which is Jealous Witch. I did that for the people who can't handle the bitch aspect,
Right.
you know. But all positive. I got no negative.
Good.
I
Very
would
good.
think so. Because I have to admit that in the beginning, I was a little uneasy with using the word bitch in music because I'm old school. I come from old school, and we didn't do that.
Right.
But I had to separate myself. There's Climax, and then there's Bernadette Cooper. Climax wouldn't do that,
Right.
nor would I write a song like that for Climax. But Bernadette Cooper would. So I
Hmm.
had to go, okay, push it forward. You know what you're about. Put it out there. So I just put out the dog video. Did you get
I
that?
did.
Okay,
I
so
did.
that puts a whole new spin because dogs are known as,
Yeah.
female dogs are known as bitches.
Yeah. But
So I put a whole
when
new
I
spin on
when
it.
I first saw it, I hollered because the image of the dog in the hair,
You
like
know, you know who it was, right? The pink hair was Bernadette Cooper.
I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I
Good.
wanna
Good.
I wanna thank you. I did an interview with a podcaster friend of mine. Her name is T Lee, and
Uh-huh.
I on my show I normally get people to manifest something, and she manifested that she wanted to do an interview with you,
Now
and
that's the
you saw
lady
that.
that was. Excuse me. I'm
Uh,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But that's the lady who was originally on the video with you. Am I
yeah.
correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I love her energy, and I love her energy. And tell her I said hello, and I would love to work. I would love to do an interview with her.
Okay. She would love that, and I
All right.
need you to since you're shouting out, shout out one more friend of mine because when I was in the room and I was listening to the song. I was at my other job and she was in the room with me and she said, "What song is that? I never heard that before." I said, "It is I said, "Do you remember Climax?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "That's Bernadette Cooper." She said, "Bernadette Cooper." She said, "I love Bernadette Cooper." I said, "Well, this is her new song." She was like, "Let me know when this comes out. This is my new anthem. So can you please shout out Cheryl?"
Cheryl, does she have a last name?
Um, For privacy purposes, I just want to say
Okay, all
Cheryl.
right. Cheryl. Hey, girl. Glad you love the record. It is available. You know, if you want to get it, it's everywhere. Uh, Thank you for loving it. Thank you for loving me. And I love you, but I gotta go.
Miss Bernadette Cooper, one more thing before you leave me. Can you please manifest something on my show?
Sure.
Go, go for it.
Say it again. What do you
I
want me
want
to do?
you to manifest something. I want you to say something out into the universe that you're going to call upon yourself.
I feel like the best years of my life are in front of me. They're
Mm.
not back. That was just a stepping stone to get to where I am today. And I am mature. I love it. I want to all the mature women to know that there is life. Keep doing what you're doing. Create and stick with your passion, and all is good. And I will manifest the fact that I will be back on your show in 2 months when I drop my new single.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Miss Bernadette Cooper, stay in touch with me. If you're in the Philadelphia area or I'm in your area, I want to touch and agree. I want to hug your neck. I love you.
No worries. I love hugs.
Okay. All right. Be blessed. And
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.